guys, welcome to this video of Geek, and today is episode 2 of my brand new Inter Milan career mode series. And I'm so hyped to get started on today's episode. We have some important emails from the board and stuff. They want us to reach the quarterfinal of the Domestic Cup and qualify for the Champions League in the league. The scouts are thinking we should look for a striker. Speaking of which, let's have a look at the squad for Inter Milan. This is what I've put together. I feel like a 4-1-2-1-2 is a good formation for the balance of this team. And as you can see, Palacio and Icardi, neither of them are amazing. And a new striker would really help us compete in the Serie A. On the right, we have Shaqiri, and on the left, we have Podolski. We have Guarin at CDM. We could possibly maybe look at a cam purely because we don't have actually a specialist cam at all. But we have a lot of players who can play there. We are stacked for wingers. We have Jonathan and we have Nagatomo in addition to Podolski and Shaqiri. I think there's probably one more as well. We have Kuzmanovic who can play CDM. But we also have Hernandez. So there are definitely a few people we could look to move out of Inter in return for picking up a star striker. We have Handanovic, we have Jesus, and we have Vidic. So we have a good defense. I'm happy with the fullbacks for now, unless they become a real issue. I'm going to bring Santon over to the left, which is where he plays, and then bring off D'Ambrosio for Campagnaro. So that's our team for the minute. It is before the first game of the season, which means we are in the transfer window. So I think we're going to go and look for some strikers to make inquiries about. Okay, so our finances, we have a starting transfer budget of 17 million quid. That's obviously sort of a bit negotiable. We also have a wage budget of £180,000 a week, if I can speak. So we have a bit of slack to bring some people in. If we can obviously adjust that, so we might be looking to bring in more than 17. So I think I'm going to go and have a look for some strikers. Okay, so this is what we've come up with for some sort of youngish strikers in the league. Seydou Doumbia is one. I think we're going to inquire about Doumbia, although I have a suspicion they're going to be looking for quite a bit more than 15 million, which is really what we're going to look to pay for one striker. Let's have a look, see what else there is. I think Morata might be quite good, but then again, I might be wrong. So I'm going to ask him to scout and make an inquiry. He actually recently arrived for 18 million. So they might not be looking to move him. I know Luis Muriel is very good, so we'll have a look at him. Menez is another who could be good. We're just going to put in a lot of inquiries and sort of see which ones look like good signings. Giuseppe Rossi could be an interesting one within our price range. Marco Sau as well, if we could pick him up. I'm not sure we'll be able to, although it says his value is like 5 million, so he could be a steal. So could Muriel. These are all Serie A players because I want to kind of keep it vaguely realistic in terms of trying to buy Serie A players. So let's go and see if there are any other areas we can look. Okay, so this is in the Bundesliga. I know Aubameyang is going to be way too much, honestly. We will inquire anyway, but we aren't going to be able to pick him up realistically. Not sure there's anyone else really available. Don't really like Immobile as a player. Lewandowski's going to be way too much. And I think that might be it for this league. Alright, I'm putting some of our really young players up for season loan. Actually, let's sort by age first. Just literally shipping out our young players to see if they become big stars elsewhere. In the meantime, I think really, yeah, we'll just list up all the ones that are younger than about 21. that's going to be about it for players we're looking to get rid of. Let's have a sim forward and see if we can get any information back from emails. Okay, so Alvaro Morata isn't going to be coming because he recently arrived. Same thing for Jeremy Menez. They want 30 million for Giuseppe Rossi, which isn't great. They want 14.5 for Sal. That is an interesting sum. They've stated 14.5. Tell you what, let's see if they will take 12. Let's just have a sort of see if they'll take 12. I mean, I'm not sure if they will. As for Aubameyang, 25.5, there's no way I can get close to that. And I think we'll have another sim again just because we've got Muriel and Doumbia. Yeah, Doumbia, they don't want to let go. And Muriel is on loan, and so he's not available for transfer negotiations, which sucks because he is such a good player to get hold of on career mode because he's quick, he scores goals, and he usually goes for bugger all, really. Looks like Marco Sau is going to be our main person to look to bring in at striker. So Sau looks like the main person we're going to be looking at purchasing at this point. We'll send out some more inquiries for Ben Yedder and not for Dimitar Berbatov, not a hope in hell. Let's have a look at Matry. We'll tell him to be scouted and we'll inquire about him just to see what he's like. In the meantime, we don't have any games coming up in particular. Wissam Ben Yedder, they're looking at 11. We still haven't got anything back on Marco Sau, so we will send out an offer for Ben Yedder. I think he's alright, but I definitely wouldn't take him over Marco Sau. No, thank you. So what we will do for now is send out an offer. Okay, we'll look at 8.5, because that leaves real scope for another signing, possibly another striker. Whereas another sort of 6.5 million, if we just offered them the 11, isn't really going to cut it. So, obviously, if we sign Marco Sau, we don't really need anyone else, let's be real. As for attacking midfielders, okay, we've got 2 from Lyon, that's interesting. If we send inquiries about each, this guy looks alright. This 20-year-old guy looks really interesting. We'll ask for him to be scouted. In fact, we'll ask for them both to be scouted. And Payet, I know Payet is good, so I'm just going to inquire. So we'll see how that looks. We'll also just search for some more Serie A attacking midfielders as well. Okay, Jose Callahan could be an interesting one. We'll see if they're willing to let him go. De Guzman is a guy I've played with before. He arrived from Villarreal for 10 million. We'll see if, okay, so we'll see if they're willing to let Jonathan De Guzman go. Have a look at this Gabbiadini guy. Scouting and inquiry. He could be an interesting one. Marek Hamšík. If we could get him for little, then he could be a star signing. Insigne might be interesting too as another one. I don't think we can make any more inquiries at the minute, so we're going to have another sim forward. Okay, so Cagliari have accepted the £12 million offer for the transfer of Marco Sau. Now his demands are 80,000 for a 3-year contract. He is going to definitely be a crucial first-team player. I feel like it's just not worth it to sort of negotiate on his demands because the players are sort of less lenient than the clubs. Giuseppe, I don't think I made another Giuseppe Rossi inquiry. Matry, they're not looking to let go. Payet, that's a shame that they're wanting 23.5 million because we don't have 23.5 million, especially if we're going to pick up Marco Sau. Can we now go and inquire about some more of those attacking midfielders? I think we should be able to. Let's see, Insigne. Yeah, we can, okay. So Insigne could be another interesting one. So could Mertens. Napoli are pretty much stacked for attacking midfielders. You just hope they'd be willing to let one go. This guy looks interesting. We'll ask for a scout and inquire about him, excuse me. And I think that might be all available. This guy, Zapata, I've actually heard about. He's a 19-year-old from Udinese. We're definitely going to have a look at him and an inquiry just to see if we can pick him up. If we can get him really cheap, then he could be a young talent we could let go on a season loan and then sell on for some real value if we have first team cams already playing in his spot. Just another day. Okay, we have an offer in for DeMarco for a season loan. He's one of the people I put on the loan list. That's going to be our first outward going signing, assuming, yeah, he's got loaned. He's been loaned out to Lanciano. Okay, so that's good. We have an outward going signing now. As for these attacking midfielders, one of their attacking midfielders from Lyon, they want 19 million for. I really don't have 19 million, especially because we're bringing in Sal, so he's going to have to go. Ooh, 9 could be interesting. How much did we get Sal for? We could afford 4 million, probably 4.5. How much did they say? They asked for 9. Right, I don't want to say half of what they offered, so I'm going to put in 5, but that is all of my budget, all of it, unless I can adjust upwards on the wages, which I might look into doing in just a minute. Okay, so they don't want to let Jose Callahan go, nor do they want to let De Guzman go. Okay, nor do they want to let that guy go. That person's on loan, that young guy. So, I mean, surely Napoli want to let one of their players go. They've accepted the offer for Ben Yedder. I'm not going to send him a contract offer because, actually, no, Marco Sau hasn't got back to me. I may as well send an offer to Ben Yedder. I think he's really our best backup at this point if we don't get Sau. He wants a 4-year contract for 70,000. If we got him, he'd be a crucial first-team player. Actually, important first-team player. Okay, so Wissam Ben Yedder, we've sent him a contract offer, but I really don't think he's going to be our guy we're bringing in. Napoli don't want to let any of their cams go, Mertens or him. Zapata's recently joined Udinese, which is a shame. So, are we going to get this Sau deal done? It looks like we're going to. This guy Murata, whatever, we've got a final scout report on him. Don't care, because we are about to make our first big signing of the series, and his name is Marco Sau. Welcome to the club. That's huge. We have one of the best players on FIFA, simple as that, joining our ranks. Icardi is going to be swiftly dropped to the bench because we have not Dodo at striker, but we do have Marco Sau, which is amazing. We've got Sau, which is awesome. He's only 76 rated, but he's super quick and he's just a goal machine. So I'm really happy that we've brought in Sau. We'll see how he performs. We'll see if we really needed him by comparison to Icardi. Should be interesting to see. So that's great. We've brought in Marco Sau. We really don't need to know about Wissam Ben Yedder. So that is going to be that for the minute. Let's see if we can... Okay, international management, don't really care. For that attacking mid, they want 8 million. 5 million is my literal max at this point. Let's go have a look at my budget and see if we can adjust downwards. If I left a wage budget of like 85, I would have 6 million and 81. Yeah, that's how we're gonna have to do it. I could literally only offer them 6. That's my absolute max. I mean, we've brought in Marco Sau, so it's really we've done okay. Definitely this episode, even if not in the transfer window overall. Tell you what, 6 million, and we'll see if we can ship to them. We'll see if we can ship to them another player, like, I don't know, maybe Brozovic. That could be interesting. Maybe they'll take the 21-year-old Brozovic and 6 million. Because really, that's all. That's really the most I can do, and I do want to bring in a cam because I sort of rely on cams for playing with them. But let's have another advance forward and see what we do. Matry, don't care. Ben Yedder's accepted his contract. Sorry, man, you are going to you aren't going to be joining us because we already have Marco Sau. Actually, where is the thing? Transfer negotiations. Ben Yedder to accept reject offer. I'm afraid he's not going to be coming to Inter Milan. We chose Marco Sau, and that's that. So, okay, we've brought in Marco Sau this episode, which is brilliant. If we can get a cam, that would be great. We have some more scout reports coming in. The cash amount on its own is not enough, and they're not interested in the player. 6 million is the literal max I can do. What's Brozovic's rating? Isn't he like 70? Okay, he's 70. Can we get anyone upwards of 70? What about Jonathan? I mean, Jonathan is a player I was thinking of shifting anyway. So if they'll take Jonathan and 6 million, then that'd just be great. But we're gonna have to wait and see what they're gonna do about that. Let's see, we have another final report. They're not taking that. If you increase the cash sum to 8 million, we can't do 8 million. We can't do 8 million. It's as simple as that. Right, I'm gonna leave this, right, and I'm gonna try and sell Jonathan. I'm going to try and sell Jonathan. What even overall is this Grenier guy? He's 77 rated, he's got some good sort of mid-80s stats. He's a player I'd really like to bring in, Clément Grenier. He could be a really interesting signing. So, let's see if we can sell somebody, because I really want to bring in this guy, and the negotiations are quite far forward. Let's see who we can move. Not Podolski. Alvarez is loaned out, shame. Where's Jonathan? Nagatomo. Let's transfer list Nagatomo and transfer list Jonathan. And see if we can get any kind of offer for either of those guys. See if we can shift one of those outwards. Let's have a look. Okay, so he's found all he can in Italy. We will send him to Spain. He's found all he can. Okay. We have a transfer offer, not for Nagatomo or Jonathan, unfortunately, but one of our loanee players. Always good to loan out young players. A young winger of 18, gone out on loan, hopefully to get some good playing time. Okay. Still, well, obviously there's no word from Leon, but still no offers for Jonathan or Nagatomo. An offer for Rodrigo Palacio. 8.5. I will counter offer 11. If they give me, tell you what, they're looking at 8.5. If I counter offer, I'm going to counter offer 10.5. Icardi's not bad, and if they gave me that, I'd almost have totally refunded the whole Marco Sau transfer. So I could look at a really good attacking mid, possibly even another striker. So that's an interesting development. We'll see if Udinese are willing to give us 10.5 million for Rodrigo Palacio. That could be interesting. Okay, this guy's found all he can in France. So let's send him to... where's another major league? Germany. Send him over to the Bundesliga, see what he can find. Udinese. They've matched it and gone ahead with the deal for Rodrigo Palacio. That is very, very interesting. 10.5 million. Right, we need to get back on the hunt for strikers. Oh, I rejected Ben Yedder, didn't I? If I just left Ben Yedder, then we could have brought in Sau and Ben Yedder. Instead, I'm going to have to start again with our whole negotiation for Ben Yedder. Received an offer for Obi for 725,000. We'll see if they're willing to give us £1 million. But if they're not, then we'll just accept what they've given us, because he's not a big player, but it would be nice to have an extra £1 million rather than sort of a figure we can't really use. Okay, so let's have another sim forward. We've got an offer for Brozovic from Chelsea for 975. Can they or can they not give us £1.25 million? That is really the most I think they'd be willing to give us. But this guy could be going to Chelsea. That's interesting. We'll see how he does. So that could be really interesting. Let's have another sim forward again. This video is getting quite long. Okay, so Chelsea have gone ahead with the deal. So have Cesena, so we could be getting some really good money in. It's no notifications of player sold. That's what we really want. We've got another offer for Andrioli from West Bromwich Albion. Now, Andrioli, what's his position on... Well, we know he's a centre-back, but where is he in my team? Okay, so I think we're going to look to definitely get rid of Andrioli for 3 million. I will counter-offer and see if they will give us 3.5. But if they, regardless of if they will or not, that could be a really good one. We could really look to bring in another big striker, actually, or nothing else. So, still want to get a player sold. My players seem to be quite stingy on their contracts, not willing to leave. We've got an offer for Handanovic. He just isn't going to be allowed to leave. They're offering 14.5 million, but he's one of our star players, and I'm just not going to let him go. They're going ahead with the Andrioli deal, and we finally sold a player, and it is Rodrigo Palacio. So Icardi and Sau are for now going to be our starting striking partnership, but our current transfer budget is, well, big. Let's go and have a look at what it's like. It's currently 15+ million. I'm actually going to bring this. We'll just sort of bring it to. Yeah, that's a good spot because we've got enough wages for 2 players plus 15 million. We're really going to have to get back onto Ben Yedder, haven't we? A new offer for this guy. I think if I just sort of do what he asked for, then I can bring him in, can't I? How much did we... I think we actually only offered 9, really. So we could have another striker and then possibly look at another cam as well. If we look at important first team player, that should be alright. Grenier, we can send a new offer as well. We can actually offer them 9 million and get rid of Jonathan and send them an offer. So we could be bringing in a new cam. We could be bringing in Ben Yedder, possibly some more strikers. I think probably next episode. Joel Obi is gone, so we've got another little while. And I think we're going to end this episode by bringing in our second signing, Wissam Ben Yedder. He's a sort of good pacey striker, and he is going to be our other striker along... Where is Ben Yedder? Where is he? Here he is. Along with Marco Saus, we've got a really pacey, good strike force. Icardi is a good super sub. We're definitely not going to be dabbling any further in the striker market because we've got a properly good pairing now, which I'm really happy with. Okay, so we're going to sim forward one last day just to get to our first friendly spot of the season. We've sold another player, Marcelo Brozovic, and Mauro Icardi thinks he'd make a great replacement for Palacio's vacant position. The problem with that is I've just brought in Sau and Ben Yedder to fill that spot, so I really don't think that you're going to be filling that void. And we have a friendly next episode against Elche. I'm really confident we could do well in it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It's probably going to be quite long. I've recorded about half an hour's worth of footage. A lot of that is going to be deleted, but it should still be a long one. Drop a thumbs up on the video if you watched all of it. Leave a comment below telling me that you did. Follow me on Twitter at Geek773. Subscribe to have all my videos sent directly to your YouTube homepage. Thank you guys again for watching. I will see you guys next time. Cheers.